2011 Toyota Corolla Verso diesel. Just going to do oil change, oil filter change, air filter change and diesel filter change. So I'm just going to pop off this cover. I'm going to remove the air filter lid, take the clips off here, and I'm going to get to the diesel filter down the back here. Right, so I remove the cover, it just lifts off. It's popped onto a couple of these things, so it literally just lifts off. I've taken the clip off here, and I've actually removed it out of there just by pushing from underneath, because I want to take this cover off to get at the diesel filter. Same with this, I've slipped off the Jubilee clip, or I've loosened the Jubilee clip, so I want to just push this off. I want to lift the lid off the air filter completely and take it away. It'll just make life a little bit easier getting to the diesel filter. So clip here, clip there. Very hard to do handed. Right, okay. Wow, okay. Long overdue. Long overdue. Right, good. That's good. Right, get that out of the way. That's down there. There we go. Get the lid out of the way. I might just give that a clean inside as well. Okay. Yeah, I might just give that a bit of a clean out, hoover, and then a wipe with a damp cloth. Be good enough. And then that is the diesel filter set up behind it. I'll try and get some light on it. Okay, so I'm under the car now, and this is the drain plug, 14mm. Take this out, and then you'll also have to let the oil out of the oil filter as well before you take the oil filter off to change the paper element. So that is over here. So 14mm off, and then that looks like it's a 3/8 inch drive, just your ordinary standard socket size there. Yeah, that's fine. Take that out to let the oil drain out of the oil filter before you remove the oil filter, which needs a special tool, by the way. I'll show you that in a sec. Let's make a start with 14mm and get your oil fitters, roll up your sleeves, get your oil bucket ready. This is going to be messy, always is. Have the car maybe slightly warmed up so the oil's not too thick coming out. Okay, that's not too bad now. So I'm just going to let that drip for a second, or drip for a while. Cleaned off the drain plug, and now I'm going to do just the bottom of this here. Blimey, that's tight. Right, now, same as the other one, just do the rest of my fingers. And if you're ready for it to come pouring out. I don't know whether it will or it won't. Oh, very little. Very little. What an anticlimax. Okay, so that's the little thing off the end out. Very little came out, so I'm just going to put it back in again, and I'm going to take the oil filter itself out. Okay, now there's a tool for these Toyota Corolla oil filters. It goes on in a very specific way. I can't remember. Let's have a look. Oh, that looks like it's it, right? And then I can't remember what these are torqued onto, but put it tight enough. Yeah, I'm going to need a bar or something longer to get that off. Alright, that's it. There we go. That's just cracked it open there. Okay, let's just move that to there. Right, just let that drip for a while. I tend to give it 15-20 minutes, long enough for a cup of tea, let everything drain out. dripping now, should drip into hopefully one of those two containers. Okay, I'm just going to remove that hose here just to make life a little bit easier. There we go. Right, that's a touch of something else. There we go. Right, I might just take up these three just to give me a bit more clearance here. Right, so I've just undone these three. I'm going to lift this out. Alright, so this is big. I've already undone this one, so I'm just going to pull that out now. You've got to undo that clip, and then there are 1, 2, 3, one at the back there, 4 different fuel pipes that need to be disconnected. So they're just pinched together. So you probably do it with your fingers. I'm going to need a tool though, just to. Oh yeah, there we go. There's 1, 2. Oh boy. Be prepared for a bit of fuel to come spilling out. And then the other 2 I am going to have to put the camera down. So there's 1 at the back there, 3 and 4, another one at the very back there. So disconnect all the fuel pipes and then take your 2, they look like about 12 mil, 12 or 13, I'll tell you in a sec. Okay, right, done the clip, the 4 pipes, the 2 12 mil bolts. That is the fuel filter. Now this here will have to be undone to release the clamp, because that has to come off the bottom and go back on the new filter, and obviously the new filter gets screwed back into this. Okay, just getting rid of some of the, I'm just pushing the button on the top there, that button there, just pushing that. Whoop, and dripping diesel everywhere. Brilliant. I'm just going to sort of take a rough note of how things line up, so I can see that the clamp here at the bottom lines up with this bent pipe. Just going to put it back roughly the same way it came off. There's obviously a wire here as well, so that needs to go, sort of looks like it goes in line with this here. So just take a note of the way things are. The bolt down the bottom is 8 mil. I'm just going to release the clip here, push it through so I can take the bottom bit off. So that's that disconnected. Going to have to release this bottom clip as well. That stays there, but this has to come off. There's not enough slack to do that. So yeah, that bottom clip's got to be released too. Right, okay. So now that can come off. This needs to come off now. Hopefully. Right, so you're taking off the sensor at the bottom here. I am now going to try and get the fuel filter off the top of the cap. Right, try and remove this now. There we go. You'll need something. You'll need an oil filter removal tool. They're on quite tight. Right. Yeah. So look at these two. Compare them to each other. Yeah, they look to be absolutely the same. Just wanted to make sure before I went ripping it open, because it wouldn't be able to go back then. So this one is a Blue Point, that ADM 52342. Apply a film of clean engine oil to the seal. Screw on the filter until the seal contracts, then tighten a further 1 turn. If necessary, 3/4 to 1 turn. If necessary, operate priming pump to remove air, run engine and check for leaks. So, right, so that's it. So it contracts in a turn from there. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to do a turn. Herculean strength to do another turn. Right, near enough a turn, 3/4 of a turn to a turn. Is that the same size? Yep. So I'm going to pop this one off. Pop this one on, same thing, little drop of engine oil on it, I think. Now, right. Again, that's hand tight. Just made that hand tight, that's all. Okay. Now, threading that back. Now, and threading it back upside down. Threading it back the right way around. You're going to be pushing the top clip up to there, so it is going to run at a slight angle. There. Oh. It'll work better, I think, if you have the two holes for the clips lined up with each other. Alright. So that's one. That's the new one, big difference. The state of that. Yeah, it's got bits in it everywhere. Yeah, it's horrible. That's a new one. Lovely and clean, going to put that in now. Got the base back in. 3 10mm bolts there. I did it about 10 Newton meters. It's tight enough. Don't need to be any more. Putting the new air filter in there now. I've got the, put that bit of tubing back on there. Push that one back on. The clip there at the side there. So that's ready to go now for the lids. Just get that in place. Okay, looks like 2 put together. Doesn't matter as long as it works. Right, let's see if we can get the meter back on here. So I'm going to do up that, and I'm going to put this clip back in here. That's the airflow meter. Just clip these two. 1, 2. So yeah, just got this in place here now. Dashed in the last couple of turns. Yeah, I reckon that's gripping well enough now. So I've got the fuel filter back in place. I've primed it a couple of times here. I'm going to let the fuel pump run a couple of times before I actually start the car. Brand new air filter in. Obviously oil needs doing now, so I just need to put the new oil filter in and put it all back together underneath. Right, so let's see if we can pull this out and have a look at it. That's what that looks like. Got a little cage inside. I'm just going to put that there, and then that's what the filter looks like. Let's just make sure the filter I bought is the same. Yeah, it looks the same. So the filter is that ADT 32118. I think fuel filter, I haven't already shown you. You can pause on that if you want. And then there's the air filter as well, ADT 322101. Okay, giving that a bit of a clean up now. So there's 2 rings that come in the pack there, so they've got to be replaced, and then I'll imagine a coat of new engine oil on them. I'm just going to get them off, and I try not to destroy these because I've had a situation where I've damaged the rubber ring putting the thing back in again, and then had to rely on the old one. So that's the old one. Yeah, that looks like it's going in okay. So that's a new one on. I'll give that a go with engine oil in a bit. And there's also a ring that goes in there. This is the stopper to let the excess oil out first. Let's see what the ring's like here. Okay. If you bend it enough, it goes in. That's not a great fit though, but it is new. Alright, so I'm just going to put a quick film of new engine oil on them. And then New engine oil on this one. So just going to put that back in. Just do it finger tight for now. I think that does to 13 newton meters. That's good enough. And that's the filter going in. A little bit of resistance there. It's in. That's done up to 25 newton meters. Right. Now the oil filter is 25 newton meters and this little filter here is 14, so I might just do that now that that's stopped. I might just do that to 14 first. Okay, so that's set for 14. Okay. Oh wow. I got the 25 very, very quick. You meant to replace that, or at least replace the washer. I haven't. It doesn't leak. It hasn't leaked before. 14 mil, and it's 27 newton meters of torque. Don't over tighten. There you go. 27. Give it a clean up. So when you put the oil in again, you can see if any's coming out where it shouldn't be. Okay, new air filters in, new diesel filters in. All the oil's out, oil filter casing is back on, correct torque, and so is the drain plug. So I'm going to start putting this in. I think it is 5.9 litres, but I think where I go with this is getting about 4.5, 4.8, something along that, and then start looking on the dipstick. Film this, I'm just going to get it up to just reading on the dipstick. Alright, we're just going to check now. So if you can see, that looks like it's just between the two dots. So I'll just check again. Now this hasn't been started yet. I'd say once it's started, I'd say it's between the two dots. We'll just start it and give it 10 minutes to settle and see where the oil is then. Right, I'm just going to give it a quick turn over to move the oil around a bit. Okay. Alexa, set timer for 10 minutes.
20 minutes later.
Yeah, I left it a few minutes and it is off the bottom. So once it's settled, it's not where it needs to be. So that's about 5.5 litres gone in there already. I would say at the very least that's another 400 mil, 500 mil. Whack it in now.
Much later.